Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chua, physical therapist, certified dementia practitioner, and your alternative career coach. Welcome to our career healthcare podcast and show where we talk about different ways to find your alternative career and achieve both work and financial freedom. So visit our website, drmikechua.com or alternativehealthcarecareers.com for more information. Again, thank you for watching and listening. Welcome to our show. Be awesome, be great, be excellent, ACG. Have a great day and enjoy the show. Bye-bye. All right. I guess we are live in our Facebook page, Alternative Careers Group. Again, this is Dr. Mike Chua, again, physical therapist and certified dementia practitioner. And yes, I am your alternative career coach. Today, we have a special guest. Well, we just finished another a webinar earlier before I came live. Emma and I just finished a webinar with Eric, the Salasso guy, the telehealth guy. But now we have this awesome other therapist. His name is Kyle Freeman, and he is the TikTok official from TikTok. And I don't know if you have, let me just take off this share here. There you go. I don't know if you've been following him in TikTok. Well, he's just getting crazy. You know, I mean, that video there, I wish I could just take off my shirt and just be, you know, really muscular like Kyle. But before I pass the microphone to him, I've known Kyle for, I think, is it a year now or 2 years now, man?
It's like 2 years because
it's 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
That was fast, man. That was fast. Well, anyway, I met Kyle in Florida. You know, we hanged out, you know, just bum around, being college kids. We were in college, right? I mean,
at a conference.
So, you know, we were just, you know, in a conference and, you know, SSPT conference. We just, you know, hang around and, you know, people, basically we just hang out because we just love people. So, and now he's like the TikTok guy and he's got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers in TikTok. And it's just amazing how the transformation there and how he's improving his impact and influence in TikTok. And definitely there's a market for that. Definitely we can leverage that platform. And I wanted to learn from him. And so now he created a group and now he's here. And I'm just asking him to come over and teach us what are the tricks of the trade. So again, thank you very much, Mr. Kyle, Dr. Kyle Freeman. So again, thank you very much, man. Where are you at now?
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And right now I'm in the Central Valley of California. So kind of rural, but just working at a surge unit, helping out with COVID. Right now they're still in setup phase, still waiting patients, but kind of ready and waiting to see if we need to take care of anyone.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, first of all, before I keep asking you some questions, if you're watching live, ACG, please comment live. If you're watching on the replay, please comment replay. And of course, follow the TikTok guy, Kyle Freeman. So now, what made you decide to go to TikTok, brother?
So it kind of started about 9-10 months ago when I met my partner now, Sonia. She introduced me to TikTok. She, at the time, had about maybe 60,000 followers. And at the time, that was that was alarming because sometimes you don't really meet people with that big of a following in person. And she was just doing it for fun. And so it got me interested and I, pushed her to keep going. And then I ended up deciding to start an account. And then since it was kind of early in the TikTok world, I was able to grow pretty quickly. She grew exponentially. She's over a few million now. And in the past few months, I've just been very consistent about posting, creating content. And now I'm nearing 120,000 followers and just sharing information about life as a physical therapist, current events in healthcare. I do a lot of humor, as you've seen, just kind of parodies about life as a physical therapist, parodies about just general life and just learning more about the app. And recently, which has been really, really, really exciting, is I became a partner with TikTok in their pilot program, which is pushing for, it's a relief fund for COVID-19. But they basically took on a lot of creators that were growing and said, we want to help push education on this platform. So they took a lot of creators, including myself, who were already creating educational information. And now we are in this pilot program where we're helping to push out more educational information, trying to push the app in a great direction, as far as it's an infotainment app.
Yep.
It's very interesting. It's fun, but you can also learn a lot, and in very short amount of time with these types of videos, since it's short film entertainment.
Oh wow. Well, you mentioned that your partner is 60,000 followers. How about you? How many followers do you have now?
Yeah. So when I met her, that was a little over a year ago. She had 60,000, and just now she's at 4.4 million in a year.
4.4.
Yeah, and in a year, and it's because she got on so early, and also her content was great, and people
What is
loved it.
her
So
niche? I mean, what's her content?
she's trilingual, so she speaks Spanish, Japanese, and English. So she does a lot of education
Oh
uh,
gosh.
on the languages, teaching people. Her primary is Spanish, so her primary account is mostly teaching Hispanics. But yeah, and just kind of about her life and her culture and growing up and stuff like that. And then we created actually a dual account together about our life together, which
Uh-huh.
is almost at 900,000 followers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen those videos. My wife would show me, like what you said about uh funny videos about a Filipino, Asian,
Hmm.
Chinese, and how they change, and those funny stuff. When they go in the house, they change. They have to remove their slippers. And is that what you guys are doing too? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, well, our account is more kind of vlog style, about
Mm-hmm.
our life and the stuff we get into, the traveling we do together. Then on my account, as you've seen, there's parodies about, again, life as a physical therapist, some of the funny stuff that I encounter, just stuff that's going to resonate with people who are in similar situations as me, other therapists, other healthcare clinicians who can relate to that. And honestly, during this time, during COVID-19 and everything, I think TikTok has really taken on a good prowess to provide a lot of relief for people,
Mm-hmm.
healthcare workers, as well as the rest of the population, people who are out of work. They run to TikTok. It's the number one app on the App Store. Almost a billion people have downloaded it and have active accounts.
Is it? Oh
And it
wow.
just kind of skyrocketed during coronavirus because people were looking for an outlet for fun, and provides a lot of happiness. It's a very positive platform. There's always haters, no matter what
Yeah.
social media you're on,
Mhm.
but this is just really positive, and the way they're trying to go with it is really promising now that they're trying to push education, and a lot of businesses are starting to realize that it's not just for kids, because that's what they said about Instagram in 2012, and that's what I keep telling people is right now, this year is TikTok is the Instagram of 2012. This is the time to get on it, and grow with the app before it's kind of too late and it's harder to grow. Just like with Instagram now, it's pretty difficult to get an organic reach just because there's so many people on the app and they want to push good content, and there's a lot of advertising right now on TikTok. There's not a ton of advertising because they still want people to grow with it. They don't want to push people off by putting too many ads in front of them. They just want people to have fun with the app, start creating, start having fun, start being themselves, and that's where we're at. So, and being TikTok partner is just me getting a little insight that other people don't have, because I get to work with a manager directly at TikTok who helps me strategize my videos, helps with kind of getting in front of more people and just learning some extra tips and tricks that most other people might not know, and just also understanding some of the statistics behind the app.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. The When you mentioned about the Instagram 2012, I started one, but I still don't know how to use it. So, I mean,
You know what?
I
That's okay. And let me touch on that. Is I wasn't a social media addict, for a long time. I stepped away from it. I didn't even get onto Instagram until about 2 years ago. I knew if I dove into it, I don't know. I just kind of had a hate towards social media, but I downloaded it 2 years ago. Up until a few months ago, I had probably less than 1,000 followers. Once I started TikTok though, and my following grew, my Instagram following skyrocketed. I'm almost at 5,000 just within the past 2 to 3 months of really posting consistently. And so if people are finding you there, they're going to want to find your other content. So you can really, it's honestly the quickest way to grow your Instagram is to get a TikTok, because if you can grow very quickly on that app and people like your content, you can attach your YouTube, you can attach your Instagram right on your TikTok profile. So people just go click and it takes you right to your other profiles. You can link a website. And so you can grow your other platforms simply by just getting on here, putting out some extra content, and also just having fun with it. It's a very creative platform. It really pushes you to work your creative muscle, just like your other muscles. And you know what? It could also be just a side hustle, a side passion, something that you've maybe put off or just haven't had the time to do per se. So really, there's a lot you can do with the app right now.
So as a clinic owner, or as a employee, or whatever, or even just as a therapist, how can we monetize TikTok? I mean, I don't know, literally. I mean, in Facebook, I'm monetizing it because I'm promoting my Alzheimer's and dementia support group thing, and the course is the CEU. Just give me make me a study. Make me a study, or whatever you call that.
Yeah.
How can I do that in TikTok? I know eventually I need to go there too someday because my clients will be there. But for example, a clinic owner.
So if you're trying to do it for your business, there are ways to monetize already. Again, the app is not pushing that so much right away right now because they want it to grow, but there are definitely still ways you can monetize. I already have. Number one, just typical affiliate marketing. Okay, you can create paid partnerships with brands to advertise their products. I advertised a hair product for a big company that puts their products in Walgreens and stuff already. I recently had a PT business owner who sells stethoscopes, gait belts, all that kind of stuff, and he's going to be sending me some products soon to advertise.
Okay, I see now. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is very similar to Instagram, in that you can add any links that you have to discount codes that you might have for different products. You can attach your website. So if you have a product, have a course, have whatever it might be, people can just click on the link or click and get taken right over there to look at what
store.
You have. Yeah. And then some of the other things that you can do, especially if you're a clinic owner, business owner, obviously if you're providing education and you're providing good info and people like what you have to say, they might want to come work with you, right? So I've actually been pushing a lot of telehealth clinicians to get on TikTok because it is creating that direct relationship online already. People see you on video and they become more comfortable with you. And then you could also go on live on TikTok once you have 1,000 followers. So you can start really just pushing out more education. And so whether you offer your business address and let people know where you're located, you can get people in the doors. I already know therapists who have businesses who have already had this happen. It's mainly been telehealth just because of COVID-19. People can't go to most clinics, but that's really something people should be going after anyway. You can add it to your business anyway, telehealth. So that's been really, really great. I made a comedic parody about pelvic health, physical therapy a couple months ago. And then I got a comment about a girl who had pelvic pain. And I said, hey, just DM me on Insta and we'll talk further, because you can only put so many words in the comments on TikTok. And after a few messages, although I'm not a pelvic therapist, I ended up getting her in touch with 2 pelvic therapists that I know. And it was just like that. And it was a humor video that turned into a client for these 2 therapists. So there are a lot of ways that you can monetize right now, directly and indirect.
Yeah, I like that directly. For example, you're drinking something, right? and then you're already promoting that drink.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
is that the concept there?
Yeah, that's paid partnerships. It's basically even Sonia has it right now. That now she works with an agency, but even prior to that, she would have brands just emailing her saying, "Hey, we love your content. We would love to sponsor you, or
Oh,
would you be able
wow.
to advertise our products?" And she was for some, she was getting paid per video. So some she was getting paid monthly to do like 2 videos and a couple Instagram stories and stuff like that. Now she's kind of taking off, which is great. But that usually takes a little bit. You need to develop somewhat of a following. You know, you kind of got to get started. So, but the point is that if you want to get to that point, you can get there pretty quickly on TikTok. There are people who are getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of followers in a very, very short amount of time that you don't see anywhere else. Is many people in the past year have garnered millions of followers just because they've put out content consistently. They're very consistent about the type of content that they're putting out. They know who their audience is. And once you're doing that, and you get a decent following, you're going to get people starting to reach out, collaborations. And it just takes kind of learning the ins and outs of the app, the trends that happen on it if you're not familiar with it. But again, it's the next social media platform that's booming, and it's going to go even further. And as of yesterday or the day before, the head of streaming at Disney, who helped launch Disney Plus, just became the CEO of TikTok, which
Oh,
is
wow.
huge. Which means it's run by an American CEO now, because it was originally a Chinese app, and it's not going anywhere. There's already copycats that are trying to copy TikTok, but TikTok
What
is
does
kind
it
of
used
taking
to
off.
be? There's a different name
It
before,
used to
right?
be Musically,
Yeah, yeah.
musical.ly, and then they just got bought out and became TikTok.
My daughter had that. I remember her doing that music thing, you know.
Yeah. And a lot of
Yeah.
people already had followers from that, and they let them transfer over onto TikTok. So there are people who already kind of had a jump start per se.
Hmm.
But it's not too late right now. This is the time this year.
So I mean, give me a free consultation here. So for
Sure.
me, I'm targeting dementia. I mean, how can I do that for my audience, since most of my audience and group is in Facebook? So do I
Mhm.
do it there and then post a video here in Facebook, or what?
Just like it happened with Instagram. Although right now it's a younger population, there are millennials, there are older adults like rushing to TikTok right now. The age is slowly increasing.
Hmm.
So if really you get in there now, you may not get a ton of views right away, but if you're putting out that content consistently and you're slowly building a following, especially marketing to maybe it's the millennials or the people age 30 to 50 who have parents that have dementia
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
dealing with it. Those are the people you're going to be targeting, and they might say, "Hey, this information is helpful. I like this guy. I like Mike.
Mhm.
He's got a free ebook. He's got this. Let me go to his website." Because you're obviously not going to, even with Facebook, you're not advertising to people who have dementia. Um, you're advertising to their kids who are taking care of them. So those people are getting onto TikTok right now, and it's the numbers going higher and higher and higher. So really, I would put out information to them, and as they keep coming in, you're going to be seen as the person who knows dementia, because no one else is doing that on the app, because
Mhm.
that's what people think. It's like, oh, who am I going to advertise to right now? Like, those people aren't on there. They're coming. They're getting on there now, and you never know who's actually looking out for that help.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, what are the different niches that For example, I'm a therapist there in the ACG, and then I just wanted to, I don't have any niche yet or whatever. What's a good niche to go into, and if I'm just starting, because me, I'm already stuck with dementia. I'm like, good dementia, I can't get out.
Yeah.
So I'm starting. I want to create my own little influence in in TikTok, I'm a PT or a OT, what kind of niche should I go into? What's the
I think that depends on you. I think that depends on what you want, what you really want to focus on. What brings you joy, what is fun to do, what is something you're not going to stop doing. Don't just do it because it's the next thing. Do it because you're going to continue doing it. Do it because you're having fun doing it. If you're trying to do something because you see other people doing it, but it's not really your true passion, you're going to quit. And your videos probably aren't going to be great because you're not going to be all in it. I have fun. Although I like making the educational content and trying to help people, I also really, really enjoy making the humor, making the parodies, because that's where my silliness comes out. That's where I can just be myself and just show people the things that really do happen in my day to day, and just it resonates with a lot of people. So for me, that's what I do. So for you, I think it's really dependent upon what is it that drives you the most. What do you have the most fun doing? Is there something else completely different that you want to explore using the app? Because there are niches for everything. There are voice actors on there. There are people talking about cooking. There are people talking about doing your makeup, doing your hair, gardening. There's absolutely everything. There's healthcare practitioners educating. There's anything you could think of is starting to go on there. Things you never think of. There's gamers. There's there's so much, but there are areas that are not covered yet. Absolutely, since it's so new. I am, quote unquote, like the top physical therapist on there, just based on my following. It's because I got in there early. And so for me, I'm trying to be the authority, if possible, on physical therapy, and being one of the top healthcare providers on the app. That's kind of my goal with it, and also really promoting the profession and promoting physical therapy, and telling people what it is and getting it out there, because I feel responsible for doing that now that I am where I'm at, and I can grow even further. So for you, why don't you? What do you have the most fun doing? Or where,
I love that. I love how you answered that. What's your passion? And a lot of us here in the Alternative Careers Group, we're like talking about all the time, what's our next job? What's our next, I just want to get out of PT. I want to get out of OT, or being a PTA or a CODA. There's a difference between your job and your career, and what else? I forgot the other word for it. Your job, your career, and your vocation.
Vocation, yeah.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Your vocation is where your passion is at. And that's what Kyle is talking about. I like what he said. Don't follow what other people are doing. Follow what you're passionate about. So if you're passionate about, like what I said, in my case, dementia, use dementia. And Kyle's passion is about, bringing out the humor, about physical therapy. So if you are interested in joining Kyle's group, he has a group here in Facebook teaching people how to start their own TikTok following. And maybe, someday we could be like Kyle, being a promotional guy, showing up some bottles or whatever, showing up your book. You get a certain commission when you're selling that, when you're doing TikTok, and then make money on the side. And eventually, I know some influencers in the Philippines, and this is just their job, man, and they're earning hundreds of dollars in just doing this, not being online influencer. And like what Kyle said, while it's new, join and learn from Kyle. So Kyle, where can we reach you? Any specific email or group?
Let me just touch on that real quick, just because this is the Alternative Careers Group. You can use this as, again, like something to go after a separate passion, or something that maybe you're feeling burnt out in your job, and you get home and you're excited to make videos on cooking tips or how to do your hair or whatnot. It could be a creative outlet for you to really start driving that side hustle, driving into a passion that you've just kind of put off, and it brings you joy. And then you never know if you're putting the time in and you're consistent about it, you can grow really quickly. I started out doing this, just doing it for fun. And then I realized, wow, I can really grow quickly on this. I need to take this seriously. And that's once I started taking it seriously, it just took off. So if you find your niche and you love it, I am teaching healthcare professionals to do things that aren't related to healthcare, that are just their side passions. And it's great to see them do it, and see them have fun. Everyone is just having fun with it. It's very positive. So just know that you can do something else. You don't have to do healthcare just because that's your degree or your license. You can do something else.
That's so true.
And I'm using it now to hopefully get into a path where I don't necessarily have to be treating clinically all the time, that I can take time off to fully work on this, work on my brand, work on a website, and provide other information and tools to people. But like you said, you can find my group. It is at TikTok for Healthcare Professionals. You can also find me, Kyle Freeman, on Facebook, and I am at TikDoc Physio, TikDoc Physio, and that's on TikTok as well as Instagram. And not on YouTube yet, but maybe soon.
Does it need to be the same from Instagram to TikTok, or no?
I think if you're driving the same points home, like if you're in the same niche, like if you're using your healthcare business on Instagram and your healthcare business on TikTok, it should be the same. That way people can find you. And but if you're a physical therapist and showing off your stuff on Instagram, but on TikTok you really want to go after cooking, well, maybe think of a new name, because it's semi-unrelated. But it's not to say that people won't want to follow you on your Instagram account because they'll see another side of you, which that's part of being an influencer, is people want to see who you are. They don't want to just see you as like this person on a pedestal. They want to see you as a human being just like them, and being vulnerable and talking about life and all the things you go through. So, but yeah, if you're keeping it within the same niche, I would say keep the name the same.
I like what you said about if you have like cooking passion, go ahead and start your cooking thing there, because that's really, that's really amazing. You can separate your Facebook thing, which is your personal thing, and then you start your cooking, whatever, knitting or whatever in that TikTok platform.
Yeah, and have no shame about it. Don't feel shameful about pivoting in any way. I used to feel that in the past when I had a cash-based business, and I felt shame for going away from that and going after something different. But you can change your mind at any time. You can do whatever you want. Just do it. You don't need permission from anyone, or this is my permission to you to do whatever it is that brings you joy, brings you a better life, positivity in your life, and something that you have fun doing. Because if you're having fun, you're going to keep doing it. So make sure whatever you choose to do, you enjoy it.
I love that. I love two things that he said that I really love. The third thing I didn't really love. First thing is he's giving you, ladies and gentlemen, permission to change and pivot. It doesn't there's no shame in changing your specialty or changing your niche or whatever. There's no shame in that. Getting out. We're all here in this alternative career. There's no shame in trying to change our career. I was a pharmaceutical rep for 10 years, and I felt like I turned around in my profession. Now I'm back doing it. And for 10 years, I abandoned therapy. And I came back, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm an outsider. So there's no shame. Second thing that he said, what's the second thing that you said?
Make sure you have fun doing it.
There you go. Make sure you have fun doing it. In his group, I'm just a lurker there because I got so much group that I follow, but I was there inside this group, and all these people in that group are posting videos from their TikTok and just enjoying. Some people are dancing, and it wasn't perfect. It wasn't Kyle Freeman level perfect, because Kyle has all these words, that's there, but the people are enjoying it. And as long as you have that joy, everything will follow. So the last thing that I didn't really like what he said, because he was taking off his shirt and showing all his muscles, and I can't do that. So that's what I didn't like about the TikTok.
You know what? The thing about TikTok loves your unique qualities.
There you go.
Straight up. Like if you have something unique about you, there are people with disabilities who are showing off their disabilities, and people are super positive about it. There are people showing off their unique talents. There's a physical therapist who is part of the group who is a circus physio, Jen Crane. She's killing it, and it's just super different. There are people doing all types of things, eating random foods and getting millions of followers. It's TikTok, but you know what? Utilize it truly, like, because I felt like I missed out with Instagram, that it was too late. This is the time for TikTok, and you're right on track. If you start now and you be consistent about it, you'll be fine. Like a year from now, everyone is going to be on this app, and it's already bleeding into Instagram and YouTube. You're seeing people's TikTok videos on Facebook, and your videos can blow up on Facebook. If you post your TikTok on Facebook, some of those videos just blow up, and you never know. You really don't. So you won't know unless you do it.
That's true.
Straight up. So.
All right. Well, again, thank you very much, Kyle, for coming over. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your time. And again, reach out to Kyle. Join his group, TikTok for healthcare, whatever.
Professionals.
Healthcare professionals. So join that group, guys. And thank you very much, Kyle. Appreciate you. Hopefully I can get my kids. Well, it's going to disown me if they see me TikToking,
You got this, boss. You can do it.
But again, thank you very much, Kyle. But before I let you go again, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word FAST, F-A-S-T, letter F. Find friends that will push you to your next level, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So whoever you hang out with, that's who you are, ladies and gentlemen. And right now I'm hanging out with awesome Kyle. And guess what? Hopefully I'll get a TikTok someday. So maybe tomorrow, right? Letter A, you got to learn how to take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not going to do you good if you don't take action on it. These are free videos, free stuff that we provide here in ACG. And guess what? Take action. Reach out to Kyle, join his group, learn from him. Maybe you could be the next sensational Kyle Freeman TikTok official, right? And letter S, subscribe to his show, subscribe to his channel in TikTok, because the more subscribers, the more likes, the more people we can help and educate about whatever you want to educate. And last but not the least, letter T. Why? Letter T is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. And that's what Kyle is here for. He's teaching us how to be a better, not just better TikTok person, but a better person, because you're providing joy, you're providing smile, you're providing health in this crisis that we have right now. Again, thank you very much, Kyle. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you too, Mike. Thank you for having me.
Did I miss you last year, or we didn't see last year
at SSPT?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there last year.
You wasn't there. Man, I'm missing this year. So hopefully we could see each other again. Again, thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Kyle. I'll see you around. I'll see you on Facebook, or I'll see you at TikTok.
You got it, man. Talk soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed the show. Check out our website at drmikechua.com or alternativehealthcarecareers.com for more information. Again, ACG, be awesome, be great, be excellent. Thank you, and hope to see you on our next episode. Goodbye.